He yells at me, calls me names, even threatens me. He's my son, he's 30, and I'm terrified of him.
Mary's story isn't unique. Across the country, mothers endure a silent suffering, abuse at the hands of their own children. According to recent studies, up to 10% of parents experience some form of abuse from their children. My daughter empties my bank account, demands money constantly. If I refuse, she throws tantrums, breaks things, and then threatens to hurt herself or threatens to make up the most horrible stories about me if I say no, sometimes even involving the authorities to cause me harm. I feel trapped. These mothers live in fear, trapped in a nightmare they never imagined. These stories are just the tip of the iceberg. Child-to-parent abuse, often called parent abuse, is a hidden epidemic rarely discussed and often misunderstood. The shame and stigma associated with it keep many mothers silent. Psychologically, this abuse can lead to severe anxiety, depression, and even PTSD in parents. Statistics show a worrying trend, with cases of child-to-parent abuse rising steadily over the past decade. Real-life examples highlight the complexity of this issue. One mother shared how her teenage son would manipulate her emotions, making her feel guilty for setting boundaries. Another mother recounted how her adolescent daughter would use threats of self-harm to control her actions. Support groups, therapy, and legal advocacy can provide some relief, but the journey to healing is long and arduous. It's crucial to bring this issue to light, to support these mothers, and to work towards solutions that can help families heal. Why is this form of abuse so hidden? Many people simply don't believe that a child could or would abuse a parent, especially their mother. This disbelief prevents recognition and allows the cycle of abuse to continue. The victims themselves often blame themselves. They question their parenting, wondering where they went wrong. The guilt and shame can be overwhelming. This abuse takes many forms, from verbal and emotional assaults to physical violence and financial exploitation. It can happen in any family, regardless of income, education, or social status. Adult children who abuse their parents often use sophisticated methods of manipulation and control. Financial abuse is common, with adult children demanding money, stealing, or controlling their parents' finances. Emotional manipulation is another powerful tool. Adult children may use guilt trips, threats of self-harm, or playing the victim to get what they want. They might isolate their mothers from friends and family, further tightening their control. Some adult children resort to physical violence, leaving their mothers living in fear for their safety. The abuse can involve pushing, shoving, hitting, or even more severe forms of violence. Section 4. Scars that run deep, the devastating impact. The emotional and psychological effects of child-to-parent abuse are devastating. Mothers experience anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, and a profound sense of betrayal and loss. Socially, these mothers often feel isolated and ashamed. They may withdraw from friends and family, fearing judgment or disbelief. The stigma surrounding this type of abuse prevents them from seeking help. The financial impact can be equally devastating. Mothers may deplete their savings, go into debt, or even lose their homes trying to appease their abusive adult children.
Section 5. Breaking free. Finding help and support. It's crucial for mothers experiencing this abuse to know they are not alone. The first step is to break the silence and reach out for help. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or law enforcement officer.
Organizations like Holistic by Nature provide support, resources, and guidance for victims of child-to-parent abuse. They offer counseling, advocacy, and support groups to help mothers heal and rebuild their lives. Remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. You deserve to live free from fear and abuse. By raising awareness about this hidden epidemic, we can help more mothers break free and find the support they need to heal.
Just because your child has a mental health diagnosis or substance abuse issue does not mean they can abuse you. It's important to understand that while these challenges can complicate behavior, they do not justify or excuse abusive actions. By acknowledging this, we can begin to break the stigma that often surrounds child-to-parent abuse. Many mothers feel immense guilt and shame, believing they must endure the abuse because of their child's struggles. This is not the case, Every individual, regardless of their condition, is responsible for their actions. It's vital to set boundaries and seek professional help to address both the child's issues and the abusive behavior. Organizations and support networks can provide the necessary resources to navigate these complex situations. They can offer strategies for setting boundaries, managing crises, and finding the appropriate care for your child. Remember, protecting yourself and seeking help does not mean you are abandoning your child. It means you are taking the necessary steps to ensure both your safety and their well-being. By breaking the stigma, we can create a more supportive environment for all families affected by this issue.